Good evening, boys and girls. This is Old Santa here. I've got another book to read to you tonight. This one here is called Berenstain Bears in the Messy Room. Mama and Daddy don't like a messy room. Okay? We need to pick up when we get stuff out to play with, and we need to make sure all of our laundry is picked up off the floor and put in our laundry basket when we're done wearing them. Okay? So now we're going to read the book. All right. From the outside, the Bears' treehouse, which stood beside a sunny dirt road deep in bear country, looked very neat and well kept. The flower beds sparkled with red, yellow, and blue tulips. The woodwork was freshly painted and in good repair. Grass was cut and the vegetable patch was properly weeded. Even the bird's nest that perched on one of the tree house branches was well trimmed. The inside of the Bears' treehouse was neat and clean too. The pictures were straight, the piano was dusted, the kitchen was spick and span. Even the basement was neat and clean, and if you think that's easy to keep a treehouse basement neat and clean, well, you've never tried to do it. Yes, the Bears' treehouse was a lesson in neatness and cleanliness, except for one place. Brother Bear and Sister Bear's room. It was a mess. Mm-mm-mm. A dust-catching, wall-to-wall, helter-skelter mess. Mama's not very happy about that. Not at all. A half-done jigsaw puzzle gathered dust in one corner of the room. A group of brothers' dinosaur models were collecting cobwebs in another corner. Sister's stuffed animals were everywhere. As for the cub's big storage closet, well, just be careful how you open it. It wasn't that brother and sister were naturally messy. They tried to keep their rooms straight. They made their beds most of the time, and they swept and picked up once in a while. The trouble was that when cleanup time came, they spent more time arguing than cleaning. How am I supposed to sweep with your dumb dinosaur toys all over the floor? Argued Sister. They're not toys, they're models. And don't move them. I'm working on a setup of the Pleistocene age, Brother protested. Pleistocene, Miastine, shouted Sister. Not only were Brother and Sister's room a mess, but Brother and Sister were getting to be a mess too, always arguing about cleanup chores instead of sharing the job and working as a team. See, if you got two of you in a room, it's a lot easier to keep it clean. It's called teamwork. What usually happens was that while the cubs argued about whose turn it was to do what, Mama took the broom and did the sweeping herself. And she often did the picking up too. That was the worst part, the picking up. And the putting away. Well, the mess just seemed to build up and build up until one day, maybe it was because Mama's back was a little stiff, or maybe it was stepping on Brother's airplane cement, or maybe she was just fed up with that messy room. But whatever it was, Mama Bear lost her temper. We don't want that to happen. You don't want to get Mama mad. So she stormed into the cub's room with a big box. This doesn't sound like fun. The first thing we have to do is get rid of all of this junk. Junk, said Brother and Sister, watching in horror as Mama began to throw things into the box. My teddy isn't junk, screamed Sister. My bird's nest collection isn't junk, yelled Brother at the top of his lungs. The screaming and yelling got so loud that it reached Papa, who was in his workshop putting the finishing touches on a batch of chairs that had been ordered by one of his customers. He couldn't imagine what was going wrong. He hurried up the stairs and looked into the messy, noisy room It didn't take a deep thinker to figure out what was going on. Papa got Mama's and the Cubs' attention and called a family meeting right then and there. Yep. Now the mess has really built up in this room. In fact, it's the worst case of messy buildup I had ever seen. And it isn't fair, he continued. It isn't fair to your mama and me because we have a lot of other things to take care of. And it isn't fair to you because you really can't have fun or relax in a room that is in such a terrible mess. That's a fact. But Mama is putting all my things into that box, even my teddy, said Sister. And my things too, cried Brother. Then Papa got an idea. A box, yes. Better yet, a lot of different kinds of boxes. A big toy box for your large toys. I can make one of those for you in my shop. Some smaller boxes for your collections and models. And how about one of those boards with holes and pegs in it to hang things on? Asked Sister. A pegboard, said Papa. Great idea. All this room needs is a little organization. A little organization and a few rules, added Mama. Rules about more sweeping and less arguing and not leaving things out to gather dust and cobwebs. That's messy. Papa set to work making a fine big toy box and a large pegboard, while the Cubs and Mama sorted out toys, books, games, and puzzles and put them into boxes that fit neatly into the closet. Every box was clearly labeled. That's a good idea. Some of the Cubs' things did end up in Mama's big throwaway box. Not Sister's teddy bear, of course, but some of Brother's bird's nests, the crumbling, falling apart ones. It was a very big job cleaning up all that messy buildup, but after a lot of straightening up and putting away, the job was finally finished. Wow, said Brother, that was quite a job, but it was well worth it. It looks like a whole new room, said Sister. The Cubs were right. Nice, neat room. See how nice and neat? How nice and neat that stuff is? Isn't that nice? And Papa had been right too. It's so much more enjoyable to live in a neat, clean, well-organized room. It's so much more relaxing. It wasn't as exciting to open the big storage closet now, but it was much more practical and a lot more fun. Now, Mama and Daddy work hard every day to make sure you have everything you need. All they ask is that you take care of what's yours, what they have given you. Pick your toys up when you're done playing with them, put them away. Pick your clothes up, put them in the laundry if they're dirty. And don't forget to sweep every now and then. You know, because you track stuff in from outside and it gets on the floor. If you get down on the floor to play, yeah, you're going to get dirty. So keep it clean. And be neat. And be nice. Thank your mama and papa for everything they do for you and everything they give you. And take care of it. Now Santa's going to go and he's going to find another book for you to read. Well, for me to read to you. And we'll see you a little bit later. Good night and Merry Christmas.